Oh, get ready. Here we go again. Another poorly translated anime into English. Now it's over at Netflix instead of Funimation. So pour yourself something to drink because this one is going to be a rough one. You know, when you get a translation of a movie, an English dub, no matter whether it's Japanese or from Russian, German, French, whatever, whatever non-English, and you change it over into English, you kind of expect the translations to be proper. You do expect some syntax because of some of the dialogue is not easy to translate. But then, you should be hiring people to basically able to adjust for that properly. But what we've gotten in the last several years is people changing complete dialogue to suit wokeness, integrity, equity. I mean, whatever you want to say as far as this whole situation, because it's just total bullshit that you change a script because you feel that you want to interject your feelings in politics into a program that wasn't written by you, wasn't created by you. And if you don't like the program, then you shouldn't be working on it. Because this is somebody else's work that you are taking and basically destroying the structure of the story. See, if someone took, say, for example, one of our great films, The Godfather, or maybe Apocalypse Now, and say in China, they try to add their politics into the movie itself, you wouldn't like that. If you heard that, you wouldn't like it at all. And you've heard this situation before. You've seen what they've done with some of the posters on there. If they don't agree with some of the movie posters, or if they don't agree with certain scenes of the movie, they want it cut out. Just recently, just a newspaper in the movie Doctor Strange, the Epoch Times, they will not approve that movie unless that newspaper is removed, that scene is removed from the movie. See what I mean onto this situation? And this happens. On this end of the world, you've had situations over at Funimations and Crunchyroll and many other divisions that have taken Japanese anime and interjected their politics into situations into. I mean, you've heard situation with Monica Rial and many others on the voice actors and actresses that have done this. We've seen the changes. The fans know this. There are a lot of us who have seen this in subtitling and know what they are saying. You're changing situations. And now we have it again. Now it's over at Netflix. Netflix alone should be apologizing at this point because right now, I mean, today their stock has increased somewhat, but it crashed a bit in the last week or so. And they've lost a lot of subscribers. And, a lot of the basis is what's been going on there. They can't put to the situation to lose anything else. They were top of the heap. Right now, they're about equal to everyone else at this time period. They don't need any more bad press at this point. And here's another one on here. Now, I've seen some of Tiger and Bunny. I'm not a major fan of the show itself. In fact, I'm still on season 1. I haven't even completed season 1 yet. Some people do like the series, and some people are glad they did come back with a season 2 on this series itself. And Netflix did pick up this because they know the popularity of this series. Now, I want to thank Bounding Into Comics for this article. Spencer put this out. If you always want some good takes on the fandom in the industry itself, movies, television, comic books, anime, video games, this is one of the good sites to go to get a good balance articles. Netflix's English dub of Tiger and Bunny changes dialogue to have Golden Ryan criticizes outdated gender norms, declaring himself a feminist. As you can see what I mean. Netflix's English language dub of the superhero anime Tiger and Bunny 2 has changed an instance of dialogue from the original Japanese script in order to have a male character. Golden Ryan both criticized outdated gender norms and declared himself a feminist. Created in 2011 under the direction of the Big O co-creator and Mobile Suit Gundam's Char's Counterattack key animator Kinshi Sato, which if you haven't seen Big O, and I've had some people on the chat in the comments line talk about Big O a little bit. Big O is a great series. I haven't had a chance to I promised to make a video talking about Big O. Hopefully we'll be able to produce that this year. There's so much going on, but Big O, do catch it. It is a fantastic anime on there. And Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack is also pretty good as well, which Char's Counter can be seen also on Netflix. Tiger and Bunny depicts a world wherein superhumans referred to an inverse as next noted entities with extraordinary talents not only exist, but those chose to serve as heroes, receiving corporate sponsorship and starring role on Hero TV. Yeah, this is a universe where basically, it's similar to if you ever saw Mystery Men, and the main big superhero on there, he had, Pepsi and all that life on there, and this is the kind of universe this is too. Similar on there. A reality show which live streams their exploits and allows users to vote on which should be crowned the season's King of Heroes. Unfortunately for Kotuse Kabayari, an older hero who goes by the name of Wild Tiger and possesses the ability to power up, his physical abilities for a short time in recent years have seen more classical methods of superhero rendering outdated by a generation of new necks who boast more haphazard views towards stopping villains as well as better equipment. As such, his sponsor teams up with him and coming hero Barnaby Brooks Jr., who happens to share the same power set as him. Though their outlooks and methods clash at first, the two grow to respect each other's styles and ultimately finding their groove as partners and team up to solve murders of Barnaby's parents. Following the anime's first season and sequel Tiger Bunny: The Rising, the popular series quietly receded into the annals of anime history until 2019, when Bandai Namco Pictures, the recently formed entity which Sunrise was folded, announced a new series starring Kotuse and Barnaby was in production. This is exactly what I tell you when be patient. Be patient. Some of these studios may bring back some of these animes back around. We have Bleach coming this year. In another world, my cell phone is returning finally after 5 years. And now, you got Tiger Bunny is back again as well. So those of you who have said, no, it can never happen. It can. It's just that you got to wait and hopefully somebody that hears the fans and say, listen, we got to bring it back. Released on April 8th, 2022, Tiger and Bunny picks up in the aftermath of The Rising and finds two villains, Fugen and Mugen, slaughtering heroes across the globe as they make their way to the series' main setting in Sternbilt City. The second season also introduced the buddy system to the Hero TV competitors, an aptly named concept which requires all heroes be placed in a duo, their partner either chosen by themselves or forcibly ordered by their sponsors. Thanks to this new requirement, veteran hero Blue Rose finds herself teaming up with the foremost Golden Ryan, the gravity manipulating hero who debuted in the series at Barnaby's one-time partner in The Rising. However, Blue Rose soon finds herself annoyed with Golden Ryan's overt chivalry, which, despite being performed with the best intentions, often results in him either dismissing his own capabilities as a hero or treating her opinions with condescension. The friction eventually culminates in the season's 10th episode. Pride becomes a fall after a number of superhero secret identities, including Golden Ryan's, are acquired by the enemy through a computer hack. Fearing for his partner's safety, Golden Ryan attempts to combat the enemies on his own, arguing to the Blue Rose, "I will show my face without wearing my helmet. They might attack me any minute now. You haven't revealed your real name or face. They won't go after you, so if you stay with me, you'll be in danger. Don't treat me like an idiot." Blue Rose fires back, "Why are you worrying about it? You are the one in trouble. Do you think I'm scared of them that if I abandoned you?" Following this argument, Golden Ryan and Blue Rose are seen together in the next episode. Every cloud has a silver lining, where in the effort to lift his partner's spirits in the light of the data breach, forcing her family to move to a safe house that forms to take the heroine to a musical performance being put on by her childhood friends in the local park. Afterwards, the two return to the car, driving back to the base, which the Blue Rose opened up. "We've been friends since high school. I've had the chance on many times because of my job as a superhero, because they still remain my friends. I used to hate not being able to do what I want on my own time, but I am the one who chose this life. Whenever it's my superhero job, my friends, school, my singing, I got to live life with no regrets," she asserts, which in turn prompts an apology for the argument from Golden Ryan. It is here in the Netflix English dub changes rears. Their heads are brought to a widespread tension, and this comes also from the Reddit post itself. In the original Japanese, Golden Ryan goes on to admit, "Sorry about yesterday. You know when I said everyone knows my face, so you can't protect me. Oh, that Blue Rooster, I was pissed off, but that doesn't matter anymore." "No, that's not good enough," explains Golden Ryan in return. "I've always felt I got to be the one to protect you because you're my partner is a girl, but the partner is a partner. It doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl." He further explains, "For some reason, I thought I was the one protecting you, but as your partner, I should have known you're stronger and more dedicated than anyone else. You're the best superhero out there. Instead of protecting, let's help each other." Golden Ryan continues, "It doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl, older or younger. Does that sound better, princess? I guess I should stop calling you that," he ultimately asks, to which your partner replies, "You should have to stop. I don't hate it when you call me that." While Golden Ryan's original dialogue depicts an acknowledgement that Blue Rose's gender led him to be overprotective in English, the sentiment is taken to a self-flagging extreme. "Hey," begins the hero, "I was wrong. I'm sorry. Back at the training facility, saying that you were able to protect me, it was nothing." Blue Rose tells him in turn, "I was pissed off and I hadn't thought about it since. It was nothing." Golden Ryan explains, "It's an outdated gender norm. I still feel need to protect you. I was raised better. I think I might be a feminist." See here, this is where we get to the point where you make the changes. You hear what the original scripting is and what they did to this. And the thing is that this is a constant factor that goes on. You start to add words, like saying, "Well, made for the modern era." This is not an old series. This is a current series. It may be a couple of years old, but the thing about it is, you've added situations. This is a conversation with two people where one person has made an error in judgment and is trying to make up for it. But then you twist it in the English version to throw in political situations that should not be there. And that is the most horrible thing to do to two characters on a show. It's basically you're just taking away from those two characters. That is not within his character. You did not create this character, okay? The voice actor, whoever wanted to put this together. Now understand this. This is Netflix. Who is responsible for this? And the thing about it is, and you got to ask yourself, why this happened and nobody noticed. Now, yes, Netflix is the main company that brought this over. It is produced by the companies over from overseas. The company responsible, now their website, you can go to the website, there's not much there, they're still building their website. This is not to criticize this production studio, because, you know, they may have not done this, they may be innocent of the situation, but understand is that you have Netflix, and then you have this place called Studio Polis, however you want to pronounce it on there, which also does, they're responsible for Universal Cartoon, Warner Brothers, ABC, Disney, a lot of the voiceovers for a lot of the main companies out there throughout the U.S., including PlayStation, Sony PlayStation, Bandai, Scholastic, Nickelodeon, Microsoft, their Miramax Films, MTV. So we don't really know who approved this, and we have to ask questions. Why was it allowed? Did this particular person just interjected it himself? We've heard this before at Funimations, where they've stepped themselves, interjected without anybody else okaying it and adding it, and nobody noticed it until it aired. This is the same situation here. But yes, Netflix is responsible to make sure that this is not happening to there. You would never want something from this end to be changed overseas as well. In other words, we've had many discussions on how a lot of the English dubs throughout history has been done. I mean, this is not something new. I mean, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Dragon Ball, the list can go on and on and on and on. There are some things that were taken out of context or changed or reversed. Just in the last 10 years, we've just been seeing a lot of this equity and inclusion and these woke politics thrown into their BLM, all this shit thrusted into these series, which has nothing to do with that. Some of it is like, why is it here? Why is it being interjected here? And there, has no discussion or look that this is happening in this series. This is something that constantly goes on, and it has to stop. And English translation should be proper. You hire a linguistic person to be able to balance out what is the differences. Someone who understands Japanese to English, to an English translation. This should not be translated by anyone who understands Japanese and says, oh, okay, yeah, we can interject this into here. No. And stop saying we do not understand Japanese culture. I'm 55 right now. I've been watching Japanese anime since the 1970s, since I was a kid. I understand the differences between what is in the United States and what's in Japan. Okay? I understand that is a different culture. I've seen various films, Akira Kurosawa. I've seen movies out of other Japanese movies. I've seen Hong Kong movies, Shaw Brothers stuff in the original language on there. I've seen African movies, French movies, German movies. For you to say I don't understand the culture, that's stupid. By me seeing the way the cultures, I learn about other cultures this way. This is a way of learning. There are still plenty of foreign films, and yes, I do say foreign on there, films from overseas that have not been translated, even Japanese anime. And many old films that just basically they haven't put the money in to just basically do a proper English dub. How many English dub changes over there have been in Dragon Ball? How many changes on Neon Genesis Evangelion? How many changes to a lot of the other classics that are coming on? Right now, they are remastering Dirty Pair right now at this moment. They got the original voice actresses to do that with the original scripting on there. Properly translated, and I hope it is properly translated on there. And they said it is. The money has been put into this, that it'll be able to be done. It is being worked on as we speak. There are people in this business that have the love for this business, but they're being shunned out, pushed away for this elitism that has been going on in Hollywood for quite some time now. And this shit needs to stop. This is the reason why Dirty Pair was crowdfunded. They didn't went right for the big money. They went right to the fans to get it funded. You know, this is where we had that other video out there about Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, you know, that basically is factory filmmaking that's going on. That's all they're making is blockbuster, 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 blockbuster. Yes, there has been some independents out there and some that have been squeaking out on there, but we need to stop the blockbusters. Why? Because it's the same repetitive thing over and over again, and they're doing the same thing to English dub anime over and over again. For those of you like myself, I'm watching Spy X Family in the original Japanese heading. I'm watching the freaking Rise of the Shield Hero in Japanese. Most of the stuff I watch is in Japanese. On occasion, I might catch the dub if the dub is good, but later on. Pacific Rim, which I just finished, and I watched it in Japanese. I'm now just going through the English dub version. There are plenty of other animes that I've been watching in Japanese, and I'm finding some of the English dubs have been fine. Other English dubs have been horrible, lazy, political, and it's got to stop. It's got to stop here and now. Netflix, stop this shit. This is one of the things that's hurting your company right now, and it's going to be your downfall if you allow this to continue. You've seen what they did with Cowboy Bebop, the live action. This is just an example of it. Tiger and Bunny, that line in there is another example of it. And a couple of other things that have been going on in your company. You've already canceled a couple of things, that's a good sign. Some stuff that it was going to be woke and you've canceled it, but you got to cancel the rest. You started out really good. Now you've gone into the issues. You're fallen into the trap that is going on. Whoever has been approving all this stuff, get rid of them now. Cancel all these live action adaptations. Stay with what you know.